it's Renika Hamilton here, back with another story time, and this time I'll be featuring myself. So excited to share my journey and where I have come from, how I lost 70 pounds in 8 months. As you hear in a lot of my story times, I always start out with saying, this is the same plan that I lost 70 pounds in 8 months on. We're here today. I'm going to tell you exactly how I lost the 70 pounds. I'm also going to give you one major tip that I hope will help inspire you to do this same type of exercise to change your mindset. You may have heard it on the last story time that I featured Athens Barnes, and we did like a little 7 layers of why exercise at the end of that. That is exactly, precisely similar to what I did in my goal this time in my journey to lose 70 pounds. But first I have to take you all the way back to when I was born, like all of that, because surprise, I never actually grew up with weight challenges before. So having weight challenges in my 30s was something brand new to me, and I carried it on to my 40s, and I've been like struggling to lose the weight. But I'm gonna get right into all of that and how now I'm being successful in losing that weight. So basically, when I was a little girl, actually was very, very tiny. You know how people get picked at in school about different things, features, like if they have a big nose or they have like whatever going on? Well, I was the kid that didn't gain a lot of weight. So I was really super skinny. And so I get picked at all the time, and I wanted to gain weight so bad. Now, if I knew what I know now, I would get back to that little girl and say, girl, love it. Love the skin you're in. But no, I really wanted to gain a lot of weight. And I was in high school and barely, like, I never did hit 100 pounds. Like, I graduated high school at 95 pounds, which to me was embarrassing at the time, but I mean, I ain't look that bad, you know. So anyway, I graduated at 95 pounds. By the time I went to college, I was on a mission to gain weight. So I ate all times of the night. I ate whatever I wanted to. I was always found in the cafeteria. Now, one thing that I did do is in high school and in college, I did it in elementary school, I used to cheer. So I was always like cheering and always active, always running, always exercising. So my metabolism was like way up there. It was working overtime. And so that at that point, I could just eat whatever I wanted to eat. So I used to I never ever had a healthy nutrition plan. Like, I'm embarrassed actually for all the stuff that I used to eat. Yeah, never. I didn't even like vegetables when I was a little girl. I hated them. There's a funny story. One time my mom was trying to get me to eat some vegetables. And I just despised vegetables. And I think it was like, I forget, it was like squash or something. She was trying to get us to eat squash, and I just felt like I was about to throw up. Like, do you know that movie, Crooklyn? Okay, so you remember in Crooklyn, you might not know it, but in Crooklyn, there's a scene where the little boy, he couldn't go watch TV or hang out with his brothers and sisters until he ate his vegetables. And he was like getting ready to throw up the vegetables. That kind of reminds me of how I was when I was a little girl about vegetables. Just hated them with a passion, like hated them. And I ate a lot of junk food and stuff that wasn't good for me. But one thing that I did do was I actually drank a lot of water. Like, I wasn't big on drinking sodas. I felt like they were too sweet. Then I didn't like teas or coffees. I still don't like tea and coffee that much like today. So I guess that's the one saving grace, is I've always been a water girl. So I can drink water. Like, that's my favorite drink, is water. Besides a little wine occasionally. Anyway, so yeah, when I graduated college, by the time I graduated college, I weighed probably about 120 pounds, maybe 115, between 115 and 120. And then after college, I got married to my ex-husband, okay, ex. And we had a baby shortly after we got married. So actually, when I got pregnant, that was the first time that I actually gained a whole bunch of weight, okay? And I would say that was the first time when I got really into the fad diets, but that's not the case. Actually, what actually happened, I know I'm saying actually a lot, I'm gonna watch that. What happened was when I was cheering, after graduating high school or college, I tried out for this semi-professional football team. And actually, I was consistently trying to be a Carolina Panthers cheerleader. I tried out so many times. And there was one time that I made it to finals, and I just knew I was going to make it that year, but it wasn't for me anyway. But I did join this semi-professional team with the Carolina Speed, and I cheered with them for about 3 or 4 years. It was a pay gig, not like anything amazing, nothing like Carolina Panthers, but I did get paid, and we were responsible for making sure that our body weight, like we had to weigh ourselves before practice, and we could get like docked in our little bit of pay if we didn't, you know, meet our certain goal weight for our size, because our uniforms are fit for our weight. And plus, when I was trying out for the Panthers, I already knew there was a weight requirement. Like they wanted us to be, you know, able to fit into the outfit. So I was super crazy about losing 5 pounds here and there. And I know people used to get so upset with me because like at the time I weighed like 125 pounds, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get this 5 pounds off. I gotta get on this diet. So I did things I'm not super proud of. But, you know, like taking diet pills, the water pills, fasting, not eating, or eating really, really bad stuff like once a day, like a Slim Jim for the day, like something crazy to lose weight. Just not healthy at all. Not good. But that's when I really started getting into like dieting and stuff. But it was for a cause. Like I really wanted to make the team, be on that dance team. So after I had my baby, I think I cheered or danced probably 2 more years after that. And then I was like, you know, I'm done. I'm getting into my 30s now. Like, we're done. But yeah, at the time when I was pregnant though, I had gained up to like 70 pounds. It was the first time I saw 200 pounds on the scale. And I was pretty blown away about that. I was like, what in the world? Woo! So as soon as I had my baby, I got on the Weight Watchers diet. And I was like, I gotta lose at least like 50 pounds. And I did it. And I felt so great. And I went back to cheering. But by the time I went back to my second half of cheering, yeah, there were comments made about how big I was getting. I knew it. By that time, I was like 135 pounds. So, yeah, there were comments. And I still had to, you know, do some type of dieting. But what was helpful was I was still very active, working out, like cheering, dancing, running on the fields, all that stuff. So I still was able to kind of maintain a decent size. So then I entered the mid-30s. By that time, I was no longer cheering. But I had a very devastating event happen. My father died when I was 35. And I was very, very close to my father. Actually, my dad used to help me with my weight. Because anytime he'd see me gaining weight, he would know exactly how much weight I had gained. I don't know how he knew that. But he could see 5 pounds on me. And he would see those 5 pounds and he'd be like, okay, getting a little thicker there. Make sure you're doing what you need to do. I see that you gained 5 pounds, you know. Those little reminders from my dad actually used to help keep me in check with my weight too. So when he died, I missed that, but most of all, like, it was tough on me because I was a daddy's girl, and he died totally unexpected on Father's Day at that in 2012. So I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was very, very sad times. At first when he died, I didn't want to eat. I went like a whole week and didn't eat anything. But then after I got through the funeral and all that stuff, I started eating like crazy. And that's what they call emotional eating. So I started doing a bunch of emotional eating. Right after that, I was going through a separation with my husband, and I was eating more emotionally. Like, so then by that time, like, people are making comments, and I'm like, y'all give me like a second here. I've lost my dad. I've lost my marriage. Like, can y'all just give me a moment to get myself together before you start like talking about me and all this stuff? So then I decided to go to the gym and work with a personal trainer. Now, at that time, the personal trainer did say a lot to me about my mindset. And so he would remind me to think about my why. So at first, when he would say that, I'd be like, why do I want to lose weight? I mean, because I'm big. I want to lose weight. I've never been this big before, and I don't like it. So, but he was trying to get me emotionally connected to my why so that I could really change my mindset about all the things that he was going to require me to do. Now I'm going to tell you, there were some things in the exercise program. It was called high intensity training, and woo, I was struggling with that high intensity training. So my activities before were pretty easy. I just danced and moved around and ran a little bit, but nothing extensive like I did with this training course. And so I didn't really like it that much. But I stuck in there. And but he gave us this program to follow to eat, nutrition plan. Now, given my history, I've never been the type to follow a nutrition plan. I don't even like cooking. So I hated cooking the breakfast that he said to cook in the morning. I hated eating the same thing every day. It was like some scrambled white eggs and some steel oatmeal, and I just hated it every day. I didn't want to eat it. So I really didn't stick to it as much. So I didn't see results, hardly. I probably lost like 10 pounds, and by that time I needed to lose like 30 pounds. And those 10 pounds came off like in 4 months, something like that. So needless to say, I was just not feeling it with the whole exercise thing. So I kind of quit for a little bit. And then I tried to do the keto diet. That didn't work for me because keto said you can eat bacon. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to have bacon for everything. Bacon for lunch, breakfast, dinner, all the time. I couldn't stick to the keto diet either. So that didn't work. And then I tried the teas. And don't you remember at the very beginning of this story, I said, I don't like teas. So yeah, that wasn't going to work because I don't even drink teas. So that didn't work. Then I tried like the Dr. Sebi cleanse, like a detox for like 30 days. It was the roughest 30 days of my life. I just ate a lot of, I didn't eat anything actually. For 30 days, I didn't eat. I made these teas, again, teas that I don't like already, but these were like earthy teas. And they had no taste, like they taste like earth. And I was struggling to get them down, but by that time I probably had to lose about 50 pounds, and those pounds were not coming off for anything that I had tried. Like, I had gone back and forth to the gym again, and I was noticing every time I would stop going to the gym and then go back again and hit it hard, I might lose 2 or 3 pounds, but then like after a while I'm gaining weight, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So every time I stopped going to the gym and came back, I gained like another 10 or 15 pounds. This is ridiculous. So by that time I was drinking on the teas, I had gained up to where I needed to lose about 50 pounds. So I drank the teas for 30 days straight, and I was committed to it because I really wanted to lose this weight. And I lost 25 pounds. Not bad, but I was starving myself and I felt horrible. I also had to do these smoothies called sea moss smoothies. Like, just none of it was appealing at all. But it was good. It cleaned my system out, and I dropped 25 pounds in a month. But guess what happened? Very next month, when I put a piece of food, I swear it felt like I gained like 20 pounds in a day because I ate. So, needless to say, that did not work. Then 2020 came, and everybody had the little story where they gained what they call it, the COVID, whatever amount you gain. And most people were saying it was COVID-15. Well, mine was more like COVID-30. Yep, mine was more like COVID-30. Because right before I had done that tea, and I had lost 25 pounds and gained like 20 pounds back, and then an additional 10 pounds on top of that. So yeah, I gained COVID-30. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do to get this weight off. I have no idea. I've tried everything. Nothing is working. I am like so tired of trying. I'm gonna go get surgery. So by this time, I'm like at 228 pounds, almost 230 pounds. And I went to to get the surgery. I went to the consultation, and when I walked in there, people were looking at me like, "Oh, did you already have your surgery? Like, are you on the way to losing weight?" And I'm like, "No." And so I realized at the time I wasn't as big as some people would be to qualify for the surgery. But what happened was I had qualified because I had gotten sleep apnea based on how big I was getting. So I'm 5'2". I was 228 pounds. So I was really like not that healthy, and it was causing me issues that could, lead into a morbid type of, disease. And so that's why I qualified to get the gastric bypass surgery. And so I went in there, talked about my options. But you know what happened? So they put you through this series of information. You go to the information session, you get to learn all about what they're gonna do in the surgery. And then they take you, you have to go and do like weeks of preparation. You have to lose weight first because they wanna make sure that your mindset is on making the right choices to lose the weight, so that when they do the surgery, you're going to stick to the proper diet. And as we were talking through like all these, the dietary needs that would have to take place after you lost the weight, I noticed that they were very restrictive, like a diet. I was like, okay. So they were explaining how you have to change your whole lifestyle and be healthy. So I think what a lot of people do sometimes is they'll get on a journey and they think, oh, I'm just going to lose this weight and then I could go back to eating however I want to eat. And that's just not the case. Like, I used to be like that. I used to think, I'm gonna just get on this diet right quick, lose this weight, and then, you know, I don't have to be on a diet anymore. That's called yo-yo dieting. And that's when you go on and off diets because you're not changing your mindset and change your lifestyle to be a healthier lifestyle. So trust me, I understand if you're at a crossroads right now and you just don't want to do the work to eat healthy. I totally get that. I used to be the same way. It's not going to be until you get very much attached emotionally to why you want to be healthy that you will wrap your mind around this and really take your process seriously. Now, I can say 100% that being on this diet that I've been on, we have people all the time who haven't made their connection to their why yet. They haven't made that mindset change. They're just wanting to lose weight. And so the plan is simple enough that if you follow it, you will see results. So that's what happens. But what happens is they start losing weight, maybe 20 pounds their first month, 30 pounds the next month. And the weight loss slows down a bit because their body's starting to adjust, and you got to like learn your body, and you got to do the education that's provided in the program to understand what's going on, how are you making these healthy choices, what changes you're going to see, and all that stuff. So they're not doing any of the mental work, any of the healthy switch to healthy mindset. And so as soon as they get down to their 30 pounds and it slows down a bit, they're like, this diet, I'm not going to be on this anymore. And they'll quit. So again, it's going to take a lot of work to change your mindset, because if you don't do that, you will not be successful. I'm just saying, because you're going to lose all your weight. Because I've heard of people doing this too. They've lost all their weight and then they gained it all back. Like, that's so terrible. If you just take a moment, connect with your why, connect with what you're doing, you won't get right back into bad habits that you broke away from for like 6 or 7, 8 months. You've been eating healthy for 8 months. So going back 1 month to eating unhealthy is going to reverse everything you just did. So I just beg people, like, change your mindset. Change your mindset towards anything that you want to do in life, whether it's weight loss, if you want to get a promotion at work, if you want to make some money online, or you like whatever goals you have in mind, takes some commitment and a changed mindset to know that you can do it and that you're going to have to commit to making it happen. I think a lot of people forget that sometimes, and then they start the process of their change and it's like, oh, I give up, I don't feel like doing this. Well, I mean, what kind of life do you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to move up in your company? Do you want to make more money? You got to change the way that you think right now in order to make sure that that happens moving forward. So that is the big secret that I did. The exercise about the 7 layers of why, where you ask yourself why, and you get to the emotional reason for why you're doing things the way that you do things. It just helps fuel you even more to stay committed to what you want to do and to make that change happen. So I really encourage all of you to do a mindset exercise. Like, really focus on changing your mind. Like, there are some things you can do, like writing down your goals. Like, when you visualize and you write your goals down, and you, like, I had a picture that I had when I was at my ideal weight, and that's the picture that I had in my head the whole time. That's where I want to be. I want to be that size again. And I actually went smaller than that size. So it works. Like, it really does work. I can give you the easiest plan, And people will still fail at the easiest plan in the world if they don't have their mind right about making the right steps to keep consistent with what their goals are. Maybe there are some people in the world, but I think it's going to be a very small amount of people that don't do any mindset work and they just do something and it works for them. I mean, congratulations to you on that. But most people definitely need to work on changing their mindset. I've said it several times here. Change your mindset. It change your body. Change whatever it is you want to change if you start with changing your mindset. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of talking, and I told you my story. That's how I lost my 70 pounds in 8 months. It was very incredible. I did have some roadblocks along the way because wine, getting back to that real quick, I love wine. My favorite wine is Pinot Noir. I love it. I love Pinot Noir. Oh, red wine. Love it. But red wine is totally, it's not a good source of carbs. So I had to cut back on my wine. During my journey, I went probably 5 months. I would say a good 5 months without having a sip of wine, which is very good for me because I could drink wine. I don't drink wine like I used to. But yeah, when I was going through my stress, all the stuff I was dealing with, I had work stuff, I had my losing my father, I had my breakup of my marriage, being a single mom, like all this stuff I needed to escape, and I used wine as my escape. Now, I actually partner with a therapist, and we work through exercises, and I do, I think about what it is that I need in the moment that I'm dealing with whatever stress it is, so that I don't go back and pick up a bad habit of eating a whole bag of chips or drinking half a bottle of wine or even sometimes a whole bottle depending on the day and the stress. But now I have better coping mechanisms to help me get through those situations. So that was pretty much my story, and it just worked. Like I said, I went 5 months consistently, not messing up, not one time. And then I had a birthday, so I did drink some wine for my birthday. And then I had like a event that I went to a couple months later, and maybe a couple parties here and there. I did pretty good at parties still. I would bring my own healthy option if they didn't have that on the menu. But yeah, for the most part, I did great at parties. It was just, if they had wine there, I might have occasionally got a sip of wine, a glass here or there. But for the most part, that's how I lost my 70 pounds in 8 months, and I feel amazing now, and I am maintaining it because I have the right mindset. I make very, very healthy choices. Even on days where I'm feeling like things are just not going my way, or I'm just having just a stressful day, I still know what it takes to make the right choice. So thank you. If you're still here at the end of this, you just listen to me yap about myself for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. Thank you. I appreciate you staying here with me. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that this was a good message and some encouragement and some inspiration for you to change your mindset so that you could change anything in your life that you want to change. I am Renika Hamilton. You can find me on social media. I do respond to people, that are legitimately trying to get in touch with me. And my link is also in my bio for connecting with me with your health goals. All right. I think I've said enough now. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.